What happens when two hitmen get lost in the woods? Screw up a routine job, maybe let a Russian commando escape with his life? You get Pine Barrens, arguably the greatest episode of The Sopranos, and one of the boldest hours of television ever made. But it's not just memorable because it's funny or strange, it's what it says about power, fear, and the illusion of control that makes it so unforgettable. The episode starts off simple. Paulie and Christopher are sent to collect money from a Russian guy named Valerie. Should be routine, but this is The Sopranos, and nothing ever goes according to plan. Fight breaks out, Valerie gets knocked out, and instead of calling for backup or finishing the job cleanly, they panic. The solution? Drive him out to the Pine Barrens and bury the problem in the snow. But Valerie is not dead. He escapes. And that's where the real chaos begins. The moment they enter the forest, Paulie and Chris start to unravel. The cold, the hunger, the confusion. It all strips them of their usual swagger. These guys who spend their lives intimidating others are suddenly reduced to freezing, whining fools. Christopher's eating ketchup packets. Paulie's blaming everyone but himself. Yeah, they're gangsters. But in the woods, they're just two scared men with no cell service and no idea where they're going. And then comes the biggest mystery, the Russian guy. We never see him again after he runs off into the woods. Is he dead? Did he escape? Fans debated it for years, and the creator David Chase never really gave a clear answer. This wasn't a plot hole, it was the point. The Sopranos wasn't about neat resolutions. It was about what real life is like. Messy, random, unresolved. Tony even says it himself.
Guy, some kind of Russian Green Beret.
Guy was an interior decorator.
And that line alone turned Valerie into a legend. What makes Pine Barrens brilliant is its tone. It's funny, sometimes hilarious, but also genuinely terrifying. The cold, the silence, the isolation, almost feels like a horror movie. You have to expect something to jump out of the woods, but instead, you get two idiots fighting over mustard packets.
Not bad.
Steve Buscemi directs the episode with just the right touch of absurdity. Every moment is perfectly timed, from Paulie's lost shoe to the pathetic little lean-to they try to build.
Promise me you won't leave me here.
I'm not gonna leave you.
Back home, Tony's got his own problems. His relationship with Gloria is spinning out of control, and he's stuck managing everyone else's disasters. There's a theme running through this entire episode. No one is really in control. Not Tony, not Paulie, not even Valerie. They're all at the mercy of something bigger, whether it's nature, emotion, or fate. And in most mafia stories, men like Tony or Paulie are unstoppable. But here, they're clueless. And that's what makes this episode so radical. It breaks the myth of the untouchable gangster. Pine Barrens is a bottle episode. Barely moves the plot forward, and yet it reveals everything about these characters, from their fears, their incompetence, their humanity. In the middle of a frozen forest, stripped of their guns and pride, we see Paulie and Christopher for what they really are. Not killers, not soldiers, but just lost men. And that is why Pine Barrens isn't just a fan favorite. It's a masterpiece.